So for today's video, I don't necessarily have anything written out or planned to say, as I usually do in most of my videos. Today I just want to talk about the whole Super Bowl decision and the reaction people are getting and saying by the title what has been said. So me personally, I believe this is Kendrick Lamar's moment, and I believe nobody else could have done this besides him this year. The impact that he's had, not only just within this year, but if we're just talking about this year, he literally has the song of the summer. You know how music politics work, entertainment politics work. They want what's ever thriving already. And plus, the Super Bowl itself is the biggest promo you could ever get anyway, so he's definitely going to be dropping something after this, maybe an album that people are highly anticipating. So I don't blame his team, I don't blame the Super Bowl for getting him to do this. Plus he's going to be bringing so much attention, because he's definitely going to do something tributing Black history and things like that, because that's what he stands for during Black History Month. So I feel like it's not bad. It's not a bad decision. I definitely was thinking that they was going to go with somebody white, because they've had so many Black people back to back to back. So seeing Kendrick Lamar do it, I'm not upset with it. But what I am upset with is the way that people are reacting to Lil Wayne not being chosen to perform, in his home state, Louisiana. And it's mainly the people that are constantly saying why he doesn't deserve to perform. He doesn't need to be a Super Bowl halftime performer, this and that. Using his latest performances to discuss and explain why he should not be a performer, because he's lackluster. His performances are lackluster and all of these things like that, and I just find that so corny. And you're corny right along with the execs and the whole people who make the decision that have yet to choose Lil Wayne to be a performer for the Super Bowl halftime performance. I believe that the Super Bowl halftime performance is something that every legend should definitely get a chance to experience and have that accolade under their belt. But I think regardless of all of this, Lil Wayne is still a legend and a pioneer who has inspired people, not only that has come after him, but people who have come before him as well. He's caused a lot of people in the past to rebrand and become more relevant, and all in inspiration of him and what he's done in the rap game and just the music industry as itself. But back to the topic, it's very corny to say that. And my whole, not necessarily beef, because these people don't know that, they don't care nothing about me. And Lil Wayne, he probably, anyway, back to the topic. I do think it's very disrespectful to constantly make this judgment on his latest performances and things like that, and I just feel like that just further proves why Lil Wayne should have had a chance to do it. He could have done this even like a decade ago, because he had a whole nother resurgence in prime where he had the whole run of the songs that are basically hits. A Milli, he has his whole rock star era. He had everybody wearing skinny jeans. He had every black boy wanting to become a skateboarder. He ran multiple eras and has so many. He's so inspirational as an artist, not just a rapper, but as an artist. And if he would have done the Super Bowl performance like during that moment in his career, one of his peaks, that definitely would have been something so monumental, and we wouldn't be having this conversation right now with us going back and forth about why he does and why he doesn't deserve to be this performer. Also, Lil Wayne is in his 40s, I believe, And of course, he's not at his best. Lil Wayne has constantly even talked about like how, you know, his, even in his prime, how he talked about how his mental state has not always been the best, and it has led him to go down these decisions that aren't as healthy for him. So what y'all thought was gonna happen, that he was just gonna miraculously get clean and become, I hate the word clean, by the way, that's really a terrible term to use, but it's the only word that I know to describe, you know, this situation. But I guess y'all just expecting him to just do a whole 180 and all of this, but I don't know. That's something that I can't really talk about because we don't really know his situation, and if his past decisions have become, you know, have started to make him not necessarily have consequences for them, but, you know, every action has a reaction, and the reaction may come even on further down the line. But he has been very open about like his decisions and things like that, and obviously it has affected him, but we cannot say or make the assumption that it has, because, you know, that's rude. But, you know, just going based off what we see, we can only speculate. And I believe, and many people should know, not just believe, that Lil Wayne is the greatest rapper, dead or alive, and there's no change in that. And I honestly believe that him not ever getting a chance to perform at the Super Bowl, or even if he does, you know, even if he doesn't do anything else that he deems himself as super important, which I highly doubt. I think the Super Bowl was probably the only thing left that he feels like that he wished he could have done. But yeah, even if he doesn't have any of those things, again, Lil Wayne is not only a legend, but he is a pioneer, and that within itself is the greatest achievement that any man could ever have. And he has definitely left behind such a great impact on the industry already. And I just think, you know, the people behind making these decisions, they definitely are, you know, playing a game. And I believe it's a foul and dirty game, and it's very disrespectful to Lil Wayne and, you know, many of the other greats who probably won't get this opportunity due to, you know, business moves and things like that. But hey, I think it's up to us to honor these people that we feel deserve to be honored, not leave it up to these award systems and corporations and executives and things like that. If we love these people, we have to show them the love that we want these other places to show them. I'm still kind of trying to figure out the way to word this. That's why I didn't really include it into the video initially, but I'm just gonna say it, and I hope that y'all can make out what I'm trying to say. But I honestly feel like we constantly talk about how we should give people their flowers while they're alive, this and that, and, you know, talking about how we can't give people flowers after they're dead because they can't smell them. Well, we can, but they won't be able to smell them. And oh God, I honestly believe that there's also a such thing as giving people their flowers too late, meaning that they aren't necessarily dead, but you still waited too long to give them their flowers and honor them earlier. Like, they deserve to be honored way earlier than what you've decided to do. Because, you know, people going so long without not receiving the respect and the attention, or, you know, awards, accolades in this situation, it will make them feel like unseen. And just overall, like, being unseen and feeling unheard, which I'm not sure if Wayne feels that way, but anyone can feel that way. And it would literally changed their entire approach at life and even their craft. And I just think people don't really think about that. People just think about honoring as a life and a death situation. But yeah, I'm not sure if that makes sense, but I just feel like overall, waiting too late has almost an even worse effect when it comes to honoring a person. Because by the time you decide to honor them and give them, their thanks and their respects while they're still alive, they've faced and been met with so many different circumstances and went through so many mental adjustments that has changed the way that they even see life itself, that they don't even pretty much care about your honor or your respect, or it doesn't really hold much weight. But yeah, again, I do in fact love Lil Wayne. I would have loved to see him on that halftime show, even if it wasn't a great performance, even if it wasn't his best. I would have loved to see him have fun. And even, we don't even know if it would have been a terrible performance. He probably would have had more time to practice. Because it's something that he actually wanted to do, he probably would have gave it his all. And yeah, that's all I really have for this. But I do feel like Kendrick Lamar is a great pick to do this. He's the only other male that I can really think of that should do this. And I also feel like he's going to put on a great show, and I'll definitely be watching it. Only the halftime, of course. And yeah, shout out to Kendrick Lamar, shout out to Lil Wayne, and yeah, that's all I have for this video. Thank you all for watching. It's your boy Komaris, and feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and be on the lookout for the latest videos that I will be uploading, because I am uploading a lot more frequently now. And yeah, thank you all.